Hey guys, it's Grantham, 1941. Someone requested a video to make, and it was on the Russian TT-33 Tokarev. His username was Aaron Billing, so here you go. Now I'm just gonna start off with what led the Tokarevs to what led the Russians to adopt the TT and TT-33 Tokarev. Now, first off, starting in the 18, I think this gun was made in 1895. They were armed with this. It's a okay revolver, you could say. It's the 1895 Nagant revolver. This particular is a 1932 too. That's just been, I think all parts are matching. It's one of the recent imports, or like I would really like to get a non-import. That will probably happen sometime. Well, anyway. The Russians were armed with this throughout World War One and Two, but but they were pretty late because most countries by World War One had already adopted double action pistol. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Like the U.S. 1911 Germans, the P08 Luger and stuff to that like that. Well, anyway, they had this nasty gun, which is in a 7.62 Nagant, which is a very small cartridge. It's a very, very weird looking one too. Now this is the only revolver that you can add a silencer to. And yes, all these guns have been safety checked. I do not load any of my guns. So, beginning in the 1930s, 1920s, 30s, they were looking for a pistol to replace it. And they came up with a TT-30 at first, and later the TT-33. And this is what the Tokarev is based on. The Colt 1903. This is a really beat up example that I have. It was made in 1907. It's pretty nice, actually. It's a great shooter and all. But anyway, you can see some of the similarities on the slide. Kind of similar. But anyway, on to the Russian Tokarev. Now, this pistol was produced by, excuse me if I'm saying this wrong, Fedor Tokarev. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. This gun was in service starting in 1930, so I think with the Russians about 1960s, 70s. But it's actually still in service today in Iraq, and I think North Korea still is using it, and a couple other small countries. Now, this pistol was manufactured in two arsenals in Russia. They were Tula and Izzy, and some of the other arsenals from foreign countries were Norinco, China, or Radom, Poland, Kugir, Zastov. I forget which one Kugir and Zastov are. I think they're Yugoslavia and Romania. Sorry if I got that wrong, you guys. It kind of eludes me at the moment. Now this example is in 1941 dated, all matching, including the magazine. But as you can see, it's maybe at 30% blue at best. It's actually a pretty good shooter. Let me grab my other example. And anyway, this gun is chambered in 7.62 by 25, or some Norinkos I've seen have been chambered in 9mm. The magazine, not the clip, holds 8 rounds of 7.62 by 25. So let me show you it. Some people think it's pretty weird. I think this is some Celerin Belay, which I use out of my Tokarevs. It's a non-corrosive. I don't know if you guys are able to make out that. Yeah, my Tokarevs do pretty good with this stuff. And of course, you can just go the way cheaper route Just get some surplus crap. That's very corrosive and will jam your gun sometimes. Now, I think SOG, I think, is currently selling like 1,000 rounds for like $160, I think. You can I think Ames might still have some. Now, anyway, the number built of these guns within all countries, I think, is about 1,700,000. What else can I think here? Now, there's actually two designs. I do not have the TT30. Both of my pistols are to the TT33. The TT30s are a lot rarer. I've seen a couple. There are a couple thousand. Now the Russians, when World War II started, they just put these out of service and started back up with the Nagant revolver. The Nagant revolver is a lot easier to make and stuff like that. But what they actually did with some Nagant revolvers I've seen is change the cylinder to 7.62 by 25 and put it in this cartridge that the Tokarev takes. Now the Russians, they started out with these Bakelite grips. Then during wartime, they put wood grips on them. I've seen another type. There's several grips I've seen. There's brown Bakelite grips. There's white grips. There's lots of them. Now the Russian Tokarev overall is a pretty hard gun to find. Just say at your normal gun show, at most there's probably going to be one at a pretty big gun show. They range from like $300 for one that has the added imported safety, and anywhere from probably for a one in pretty poor condition to about 5 to 6, non-matching or matching. You're like a nice all-matching example is probably gonna run you $1,000 with 80-90% blue. With papers, it just keeps on stacking up. Now this example is also all matching, not including the mag. Sorry about that, you guys. Now, this is a very fine pistol. I'd say its only drawback is that it's in the 7.62 by 25 cartridge, which it's not really that bad of a cartridge. Now here are just some holsters someone threw in when I bought these two guns. I think this is a crappy Romanian copy. I can't even tell. It's pretty bad. Now, when I bought this wooden Tokarev right here, this guy said it was a Navy holster for it, but this is, I think, like Bulgarian or something. He threw in an extra actual Russian magazine, which really surprised me. Let me pull it out for you guys. You can tell they're Russian by they have the lanyard loop. Most countries didn't have them, but it doesn't confirm that it's 100% Russian because a couple other countries had the lanyard loop too on the magazine. But overall, these are really great guns to shoot, collect. I really like them. They're probably my actual favorite pistol besides the Luger. Let me think here. You can get a Romanian copy for about $180 on SOG, I think it is. And you can get Chinese for $250, $300. Poland, $250, just depending on how nice of a gun you want. And that's about it. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. And subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you guys want any videos made, please just tell me. I'm willing to pretty much do any of the videos you guys would like. Alright, see you guys later.